people say you can't trust them, Mama.
What?
You can't trust them.
Hey everybody, I'm Miyoko.
And I'm India.
We're her words, her thoughts.
Yes.
And we want to say what's up to everybody today. We want to shout out our listeners, subscribers, haters, lovers, all of that. Good stuff and bad.
Yes.
So what's up, girl?
Nothing much.
How was your weekend?
It was fun. We were together for the most part, right?
Yeah.
We what did we do this weekend? Celebrated a birthday
On Sunday.
Yes, to a close family member. Friends become family type of situation.
For sure. You guys seen him. He was on one of our episodes.
Oh yeah, Kiyoshi. Yeah,
KJ.
KJ. Y'all met him previously. His mom's birthday. You know, with COVID.
Shout
and
out
all.
to her.
Yes.
She kept me laced with the champagne.
She sure did. Little house situation.
Yeah.
COVID Airbnb vibes. It was nice. It was pretty nice. Even though everybody was tuned into the game.
Oh yeah.
To the football game.
I'm like, was it football or was it baseball? Because it's been a lot
Both,
going on. First
I
it was
think.
basketball, football at the same time, and baseball.
Tis is the season, girl.
But
for
Lakers
sports.
won. Dodgers made it to the World Series.
Mm-hmm. Looking like
And then
they
football,
might
I don't
win
know
too,
what's
right?
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
We had a good weekend, chill for the most part. So we hope you guys did too. We hope you guys are having an amazing week. It's
Yes.
Tuesday now, so I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Hope y'all eating up some tacos, drinking some margaritas.
That's
and
what
all
we did
that
last
good stuff.
night. Well, you didn't, but
Yeah.
we went to a taco party last night too.
Was it a party?
Well, it was like par, like with no
A
TY.
party.
It was a PAR. The TY wasn't there. I don't know. It was like almost a party. I don't know.
Yeah, it
But-
was a good vibe too, though.
Yeah, I
Amazing.
enjoyed myself.
I had a strawberry margarita. It was really, really good.
And really, really strong. You
It
thought
is-
you was grown. You didn't think it was
Yeah,
strong.
I didn't think it was
I don't know
strong.
why I thought it was strong. And I drink straight tequila. I don't know why it was strong to me.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was fun.
it was great. I had
Pretty
a
much
good
it.
time, minus the little rodents that was running around.
Oh, the dogs. Yeah, she's not a dog person, y'all. If y'all don't know, like the smallest dog, she is not messing with it. So if she come to your house and you got a dog, please put it up.
Or I'm not coming in.
Yeah, like there's really no other option.
So enough of that. Let's get into these topics.
Yes, girl. Okay. Also, over the weekend, what made me want to talk about this was a friend of mine who you know too invited me on a girls trip, right?
Okay.
But the girls trip was not her trip, but well, I don't know. No, it wasn't her trip. I don't think. I think that it was maybe one of her friends put it together, and it was like maybe 5 girls that she named, and I didn't know none of them. So she invited me to come along, but I only knew her. So I immediately was like, okay, Miami sounds cool. I love Miami. You know, I'm sure I wouldn't be bored. I would make myself not be bored even if, you know, whatever. But to go on a girls trip with a group of girls and I only know one girl, I was just like, I'm not interested in that.
Is that what you said?
I
Was
didn't-
that the reply? What was
No,
the
I
reply?
didn't say that. This is the thing. She wanted an answer on if I can come or not, like the next day or something. Like she needed to know like soon,
Immediately.
and I couldn't give her a for sure I'ma come. Besides what I'm saying already, just in general, like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. Period. So for one, I can't tell you right now. And besides that, I was just kind of like, even if I could go, I wouldn't be comfortable because I don't know. I like being with my friends, and I like being able to be like, I don't know, not going along with somebody else's plan that I don't know.
But it's like one of those things where, like, I get you because I could see that, and I don't know if I would or if I wouldn't. I guess it just depends on the person who invited me or who putting it, not so much of putting it together, but who invited me. So if it's a friend of a friend, it's her friend's party.
Yeah.
It just depends on that friend, like, and how solid you are. Because really, you know, I've had friends that you didn't know, and you had friends that I didn't know. And I've gotten to know your friends through you and come into places where I only knew you and not the rest of the girls.
That's true.
And vice versa. So it's like, you know, you don't really know until you get there, you know, so you can't really count it out. But then again, I think it just depends on, it really depends on the base. Like, I know you solid and you a certain type of girl, so I know that whoever's around is gonna be a certain type of way, you know, like, and you not gonna accept nothing that's
weird.
You know what I mean? You gonna set the record straight from the very beginning. You're not gonna think it's funny. You gonna nip it in the bud. Right when you feel funny. Right when it's happening, you're gonna say something. You know, you're not gonna address it later. So I think that's why I'm like, it just really depends on that person and what their character is like.
I don't know if it was like come to dinner or like come to my friend's house party, then I would go, but like across the freaking country. Yeah. And then what's the room situation, and then what's the car situation? I'm definitely not. And what are these girls into? Do y'all got an itinerary where y'all want to go to these guys' house and I don't want to go over there? Like, I would have had too many questions, so it's like, okay, I'm just not gonna go. Right. Because this particular friend, she has a lot of different types of friends, so I can't really say like her friends is gonna be like this. No, she got a whole bunch of range of different type of people she be hanging around, which is cool. But I just was like, I was like, has Miyoko ever been on a girls trip with a bunch of girls she don't know? I'm gonna ask her.
I haven't. I really haven't.
Me either.
I really haven't. And I probably was like cautious of things like that too, just because it's like girls, different personalities, and then my own personality. You know, like where I feel like you might be too much to deal with, you might feel like I'm too much to deal with. Yeah. And I'm definitely not sharing a room with somebody that I don't know. Exactly. That's not even an option.
And I think, you know what, now that I remember, it was a house situation. So it was like, maybe I would have my own room, but we're all in the same house.
But if you have your own room and your own bathroom, it's kind of like...
Or sharing a room with my friend, which is cool too. I would have been all right with that, but I don't know.
I would do it. But I definitely have to have my own restroom.
It's weird. I'm just remembering this as we're talking. I've been on a girls trip years ago with guys I didn't know. Like a girl invited me, and it was guys that invited us. It wasn't just guys and only us two girls. It was a whole bunch of people. It was some other girls too, but the people that invited my friend was a group of guys that she went to college with. So she knew the guys, and I didn't know nobody except my one friend. I just remember this right now as we're talking. I never felt any type of like, are you sure? Like, I was like, okay, because she told me this will be taken care of, this will be taken care of, this is what we're gonna be doing, and I never met these guys, and they could have been weird and doing coke or who knows what could have happened, but I didn't even trip. Like, when it came to guys, I wasn't hesitant, but with girls, I don't know. I was immediately like, I don't know about that.
That's because in a lot of cases, it's girls that not really come off not complicated, but it's like competition. Not like so much if you look at them as competition, but it's like, you know, I've been around girls where, like, I don't know, I don't want to be mean, but I don't know, they might be a certain way, and they'll I don't know, it's like girls really pick like who they, and if you like a new girl out the, or it's not even new, but just somebody that's unfamiliar, they'll treat you different. Like, well, really, girl, you be the loudest one in the crew any other time. But now, because it's a new person around, or a few girls that you don't know, now you acting like
faking.
Like, but that's not how you really are.
I'm not gonna be tied up with that for 3 or 4 days.
I feel like girls more prone to do that. Guys really just be themselves, you know. And especially if they going on a trip and they invite
and be wanting the girls to have a good time.
More than likely, they not about to change. They invited. It's, you come.
You want to be here and you paying for us, so it's like you wanted this.
You gonna get what you gonna get, and I'm not changing it. It's like, but is he a guy? So if anything, he gonna be interested in you, or just put like your vibe. And I feel like some girls, it's not all, but some girls be like, you know, it'd be like that type of thing, or like who she thinks she is. Oh, how you know her? Right. Like, what does she do? You know, like it start getting too personal. Like, you want to know too much about me. Like, let's just get to know each other, get to know what I want you to know, and then if it goes there, naturally, then you can find out more stuff. But I feel like it'd be a little different.
Yeah, girls could definitely be tricky.
So it depends. I'll go on a girl trip with people I don't know, but it really depends on the base. Like, who's inviting me. Yeah. Like, if it's somebody that I'd be like, like a lot of the times when I'm with you in the city, I'd be like, I'm not gonna go.
Exactly. Funny. Speaking of girls, another thing I want to talk about.
Girls.
What do you feel about your guy having girlfriends? Not a girlfriend, but like female friends.
Yeah, a girl that they call a friend.
Yeah, like either your boyfriend or somebody that you're seriously dating when it comes to him and female friends.
I don't know. I'm skeptical about it. I'm definitely like, oh hey, what's up? I'm definitely like,
what was that? Oh hey, what's up?
Yeah, no, it's like, oh, friend from.
Right.
Like, how did y'all become? Like, I need to know like all that type of stuff because what I'm starting to see just from our experience my own self is like when things don't go good with the guy, like I cut him off or shit. Maybe he cut me off. I don't. More than likely, if I cut him off, then this is when I get this rebuttal of like, can we be friends? Right. And they be serious about it, and then I'll say no, but they insist. So my whole thing is like, so do you walk around befriending people that's not interested, or y'all get into y'all just want to part ways, but so that they don't all the way leave, you say, so how did she become your friend?
Right.
Like, so have she been your friend since grade school? Oh, okay. Like, what kind of guy she date? Because at this point, then why y'all didn't hook up? If y'all been friends for that long, it seemed like y'all got a chemistry, an understanding. You know things about her that most people don't know, and she know things about you. So why aren't y'all together? It seemed like it would be a chemistry there. Right. So I mean, it really depends. I'm not against it. I think that is possible for guys and girls to be friends and it not be nothing sexual. I do believe in that. But if my guy was to be like, oh yeah, this is my friend, I'm definitely looking. Like, I have some questions. I'm not just gonna be like, oh okay. I'm gonna be like, oh okay then. But later on, I definitely have some. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna grill him. It just depends on the first few questions that I ask, how he answer them, and if I feel like good with it, it seem realistic. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
It's reminding me of that guy we were talking to, I think like 2 weeks ago. He was trying to talk to you, and he was talking about how he becomes friends with girls because they'll try it out in the beginning, and if they're not vibing like that, then okay, we can just be friends. So for me, it's like, even if y'all never messed around, like had sex before, maybe y'all became friends because you tried to talk to her, you got her number, for whatever reason, it didn't happen like that, but y'all ended up being super, super cool. That can happen, and that's cool and all, but I'm still not cool with that. Like, y'all never messed around, never had sex, y'all really are friends, y'all don't plan on having sex, but y'all went on one date 5 years ago. The one day 5 years ago is enough for me to not put her into like the category with your brother and your other homeboys. Like, she's still, I don't know.
I think that's I would have to be. I feel like me being fair, I would have to be okay with that, because I feel like it's some instances with some guys that I know. Yeah. That I don't know. Maybe the way they came, like the way it started was like maybe they was interested, but it just didn't work out that way. But we just was like cool because it was like I felt like it was a joke, and I just never took it. Like I wasn't emotionally invested to where I'm okay with being a friend, like being your friend,
and
because I never was really into it.
It's not gonna turn into nothing more today. It's like so far removed and so long ago that it's not gonna rekindle. You that.
Yeah, and I've been friends with you ever since we went on the first date. You know what I mean? Like I have. Yeah.
So would you want to know? Like, would you want to know that him and that girl did try before they went out once?
But I feel like one date is not enough. Because I
really.
I mean, I feel like if you went out on one date, yeah, tell me. If you went out on one date and y'all never went out after that, I feel like just the fact
that you were even interested in her in that way once upon a time in your life, I'm not comfortable with. As far as like being friends today. Okay, you're telling me this is my friend. Only my friend, nothing more. I don't like her like that. She don't like me like that. But at one point, that was the mission, and you were interested in her before. So we're gonna pretend like it never was, and just
we're not pretending. But at one point, like 10 or 11 years ago, that's what it was. But I guess for me, it's like I've been out on a date with a person like once, hung out once with the same person, and it wasn't like a when I left. It just was like in my mind, I just knew it wasn't gonna work. Like your lifestyle, like the things it just not whatever. But when I see you, I don't have no animosity or nothing. So we just maintained a friendship. You know, like a friendship.
But that's the friend. See, and it's weird for me to feel this way because I too have friends that like you're saying, like we tried, or maybe I was interested or he was interested years ago, so long ago, and we really are friends now. And I have that, and I know that it's nothing more than that. So I can see it in myself, but I just can't see it.
You gotta be fair.
I don't know. I feel like niggas is different.
You have
So you thought she was cute, so you don't think she cute no more?
I mean, like, but if we talking,
you don't look at her like that no more.
If we talking 10 years ago, like what I'm talking, then yeah, she probably not. She probably done gained some weight, or he done probably gained some weight and
I'm dead.
Looking different. Or they probably look the same, but it's just like, I just know, like.
And then I be feeling like, even if it's not like, okay, you telling me you heard that y'all are really friends, but you're sneaking and lying, it's really more, but you're being conniving. Not that. Maybe it really is your friend and you never have an intention on messing with her, but enough drinks start flowing, it's only y'all two, she start farting, and one thing lead to another. That can't happen when two dicks is in the room. But when it's one dick and one pussy,
it can happen if it's two dicks in the room.
Well, depending on if the
person,
I guess that's true too. That's a whole nother.
It can really happen.
Deeper, darker circle. But yeah,
depending on what the person like. But yeah, that's true too. But
I don't know.
I feel like
I need to be more open.
I feel like if he told me up front, like this is what it is, then I have to respect it and put some trust in it. If he tell me up front, because he don't have to tell me. So if he be like, yeah, I tried to talk to her like 8, 10, 9 years ago, but it just didn't work out. We just cool. We just maintain blah, blah. You know, I talked to her here and there and all that type of stuff. If it's not nothing where they hanging out.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, they friends. So what about when her birthday come around, right? And then she giving a little function at her house. Yeah. He want to go to it.
That's fine. And I'm invited. I'm not invited.
Okay, if you are invited, let's do both. So if you are invited, that's fine for sure.
For sure, I'm going.
Okay, let me see. Maybe you're not invited, but you're going to be out of town and you can't make it.
Have I met her before?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be depending on what the vibe I got when I met her.
Okay. I need to be better, y'all. 'Cause I'm not going for none of it.
Because you could meet somebody, I feel like it's like say if me and you weren't friends and somebody I'm talking to used to talk to you and I meet you, like your demeanor and everything about you, I wouldn't feel like you, and I could be wrong, but I don't know, I could be wrong, but I wouldn't feel like, when you might have a combo, we might talk and just giggle, and you could get a vibe, you could get a feel of a person a lot just by just hearing them, listening to them, watching their movements in the room and stuff.
Right.
And I would feel like, oh yeah, if you say you're not in, because you're not that type of girl, right? You're not that type of girl that's gonna be like, oh, this my friend, but you really sneaking and creeping and sleeping with him. It's like, if he's mine, and everybody's gonna know. Yeah. So really, it just depends on the girl. So really, my whole how I perceive it, how I accept it, if I accept it, is really depending on the type of girl it is.
Do you feel more comfortable if she has a man of her own?
No.
It don't make a difference.
It don't make a difference, because she could have a man and be all up in your man's face. Like, it don't really matter if she don't have respect for dudes. Her having a dude means absolutely nothing. People creep together. The song was made for a reason.
It may be easier for them if she got a dude and he got a girl.
Yeah,
that's even easier.
And in the mind, it's like, oh, we creeping, but we not trying to get no more. We both into something.
I feel like that be happening a lot. Maybe because I see other people's situations that I be more paranoid.
It do. That's why that's what I'm saying. Like, I have to feel secure in it. If I don't, then no, it's a problem. That's why I have a thing with, I mean, not to go back, but it was like a prior episode with like the whole boyfriend or guy with a baby mama, like that kind of where that come from. But like, if it just depends, like, but that's why I really have that, because anything is possible, but some things I think are more likely than others, right? So I mean, if it's somebody that you used to talk to, if I meet her or whatever, and you could listen to it and be like, oh, okay, and I could get a sense of it. But the minute I feel off, I'm not gonna be into it, and you gonna know I'm not into it. So
right, it's like what we gonna do?
Right. I guess you're gonna try to be friendly because I'm out of there. So
and
that's not gonna work either. I'm not. I hate that. It's like, why do guys like when you're not when it's not even not interested? Because I could be interested in a person, but it's just things that's going on within the relationship, and I'm not okay with it, and I don't want to keep talking about it. So I'll just remove myself. I feel like that's easier to do. And I might as well get a head start because the way shit is looking is going to end up like that anyway. Yeah. But it's like, don't ask people to be a friend. It bothers me to my core. It's like, what does that mean? Like, I don't want to be a friend after nothing. And it's like, I don't take my friendships lightly. So for you to suggest that we be friends, more so probably for your own selfish reasons, I take it as an insult, and it only make me cringe. Like, it don't make me soften up. Yeah. If anything, it makes me harder. Like,
I don't think they really be wanting a friendship. I think that's the way for them to get back in.
Yeah, and they should stop. They should stop.
You really want to be my friend for real? No, you don't.
It may be a work for some girls.
How you gonna go from a relationship to friends? How? Like, that's...
And it's like, be realistic with yourself. So, you want to hear me tell you about, like, other guys that I'm going on a date with, or what I'm going... No. Like, you want to hear... You don't want to hear that. It's not going to work. So then you don't want to be my friend. Okay, well, we just don't have to talk about that. You don't have to tell me about that. Well, then you're not my friend.
That's not a friendship.
Like, if I choose not to share something with you, it should be because I choose not to share something with you. Not because I fear that if I share it with you,
that's more than friends. When all that comes into play, that's more than a friendship. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like if you have... It's unrealistic for me to be like, you can't have female friends, or I'm not cool with you having female friends. Because I have male friends, and even besides that, that's just a level of control that's not okay. Like I was saying previously, like, you do not own your partner in no situation, married, not married, whatever. So logically, I get that, but I just feel like a way for me to deal with it is for you to have your friends over there. Like how you were saying, like, if I know her and I met her before, I don't want to meet her. I don't want to know her. I don't want to be friends with her. I'm not interested in that. Like, I want to know who she is as far as, like, name and stuff, and I want to see that you're not keeping her from me, but I don't want to all hang out together. I don't know. Unless it's, like, your sister or something, then that's cool, but just a friend.
Like, what if she's somewhere, cool. Like, a bar or something? It's just, like, I don't know if I want to hang out with her. Like, I don't want to plan a date. Like, oh, we all, like, on a 4-way.
Yeah.
But it's, like, one of them things, like, let's just say, you know, because you was dating, I mean, not dating her, but y'all was friends at one point. And it could have been you was friends with her and your group of guy friends was friends with her. Right. Everybody y'all just tried to do something, but it just didn't work. Yeah. So your friend might be having a game night at his house. It could be a game. It could be a fight. And they invite everybody. They're not going to not invite her because she's still their friend. Right. She a part of the crew. And so it's like, okay, I come. Because you invite me. It's that type of thing. And she's there. Then I want to meet her.
I'm not gonna not go because she's there. I'm not gonna go that far. I mean, I'm not gonna not go because she's there, like to the homeboy's house or whatever. So I'm not gonna be avoiding the friend. But I guess if it was like her house or something, or I don't know. I guess I'm cool with meeting the homegirl. Yeah. But not, because, you know, if it's a real homegirl and it's really nothing behind it, she's probably going to want to be friends with me too. Like, oh, let's go out for drinks or whatever. I don't want to do all that. I don't know.
Come on, be a team
But maybe
player,
because
man.
I'm thinking of a hypothetical situation, this is not really a real person that I've met. Maybe I'll meet a person that the friendship vibe is just so real that all these thoughts leave my mind. I don't know.
But it'll only happen if, like, you meet her and you around her. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not around her, not that you got to be around her a lot, but if you're not around her long enough to, like, get a sense of who she is, then those thoughts will remain there. And that's my whole thing. I don't want them to.
No, so I know what you mean.
If they don't need to,
I'll be thinking negatively.
If they don't need to be, if they need to be there, stay there. But if they don't need to be, I want them gone. And the only way to erase that is to, like, and be like, oh yeah, she cool. Like, she's got her own stuff going on.
This is funny because the other topic that we had in mind was about compromising, and this is kind of like tying into that. Compromising, in general, like compromising, the importance of compromising for one. with your partner, or even with like your friendships or whoever like you're close to. And I thought of it because this was like the week before last. I was out with a group of friends, and the topic came up. I don't know how. Somebody else mentioned something about like, no, I think they were talking about something, and I said it's important to compromise. And I said, I feel like I compromise in some situations, but at the same time, I have been told, like even by my mom, that I'm selfish.
Oh, I never thought.
No, you even know where I was going to.
Nope, I'm sorry.
That I'm selfish. So, but by more than one person. So I have to say that there's some truth to that, if I'm being honest. But I do think it shouldn't be like all about me or all about the person situation. It is important to like bend a little bit for the other person, and I maybe have trouble with that, or maybe not.
That's so
I don't know.
To reveal, like, to have a revelation like that.
I'm like really wanting to say it though, like kinda, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see it though. I've never called you selfish because I think that you are selective on who you compromise and who you willing to compromise with. So I feel like you would compromise with me. Well, I don't think I know you will. Like, you will compromise. And you probably you will. And you've even said it. That's like so crazy because one time, not too long ago, you actually said it was, I don't remember what we was talking about, but you was like, for you, for you it's not a question. Yeah. So it was like, oh, for me it's not a question, but for other people it's a question mark, you know? Yeah. So I think you just selected. So I can't say that you all around selfish, because I think a selfish person does not consider anybody. They only think about themselves. It's not a person that they will be unselfish with. You know what I mean? It's just it's about me 24/7. For you, it's not about you 24/7. Yeah, it's dependent on who it is and what it is that I have to do. Yeah. I do feel like I'm only gonna go so far. I think that I don't remember that exact situation what it was, but in general, I think that you make it easy to compromise because we kind of be on the same page or close to the same page more times than not. So if I am compromising, it's a baby compromise. But for like, I have to give a specific example to make it make more sense. Like maybe I don't know, this was a while ago, but a friend of mine, we went to a concert together, and this was like maybe 2008. So it was like really a long time ago. We were friends then. We haven't been friends since this day because of the situation. It was a gay guy friend of mine, and we went to a concert, and after the concert, there was a line to stand in and get an autograph by the artist. And I didn't want to do that. Like, when the concert was over, I was ready to go. And he wanted to stand in the line for the artist or whatever. And I was just like, I'm not doing that. And if you're riding with me, I'm about to leave. There was no like, but you're my friend and I know you want to do this. Yeah. The line was long, it was late, and there was no other way around it, you know? So like, I don't know, somebody else may say, you could wait it, you know? So stuff like that. It's like, would you have waited if I wanted to stand in line and see like Mary J. Blige or Jay-Z or something? I feel like me and you, we probably would have talked about it first. That's something like we would have said something, because I would have like, you know, I want to stand in line. Yeah, like you know they got a line going on after, and we would have talked about it to whether if I really, really did not want to stay, we would have talked about it in a way to where, I don't know. Yeah. I can't answer that. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I would have. I was gonna say like we would have did something like that to where it wouldn't have been a surprise. Like if it was like after the concert and it was a surprise and you just said it like, wait, I want to, like, I wouldn't have been able to just be like, no, like that. Today, I wouldn't. I don't think. You like, I'm tired. I don't think, you know what I think you would have did? I think you would have walked to the car and maybe waited. Like, if you had to. Like, if it was just out the blue. Yeah. I think you would have waited in the car. Like, I'm not standing in this line with you, but you know where, you remember where we parked? Okay, like let me know, and then just keep me updated where you are. See, back then I had a 9 to 5,
and I was just thinking about going to sleep, and I was just kind of only thinking about like me and going to sleep. It wasn't about nothing else. But today, we will find a way to work it out for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the bottom line of it is that I can work on my compromising skills. I think that's important.
For
right?
sure, I think so. In relationships, in life, right? Because you use that skill if you even in your profession, in your business,
yeah,
in your intimate relationships, in your friendships, girls, guys, family.
Yeah,
you know.
But it's gotta be a balance too, right? Because you can't be
you
taken advantage of, and people be feeling like they can just do whatever because you're gonna always say yes, and you're just so nice, and like I don't want to be that way either.
No, it definitely
you know what I mean?
have to be a balance, because I feel like if you always compromising, you get to a point where that saying is like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Right.
I feel like you'll reach that point. It's like I'm always giving and I don't get nothing. Like I'm giving more than I'm receiving. So you constantly giving out and you not feeding your soul nothing. You just moving and living and helping
and pleasing everybody
for everybody else except for yourself. And then if it's not no reciprocity there, I think that you will become resentful, and like then it starts to come off like, and you don't mean it, but it'll start to come off like, well, I did this for you.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, well, you did that for me because you wanted to, right? You did that out the kindness of your heart. So it comes off as if you saying, I did it and now I expect something in return.
Yeah.
But that's not what you saying. You know, I really did it out the kindness of my heart. And I've done a lot of things out the kindness of my heart.
Yeah.
But now it's getting to a point where I see that you're not giving me what I've been giving you. So now all I'm trying to do is get you to see where I'm coming from.
Right.
And when I do that, it's coming off as if I'm bragging, or it's a tip for I did this, so now you should do that. And that's not what it is. But you should, as much as a person is giving and you receiving, you should give back. Like, don't just keep taking from people.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about your compromising skills? Do you think
I think that I compromise.
You got it on lock?
I wouldn't say on lock. I wouldn't say on lock, because I feel like that's like saying it's perfect.
Yeah.
And I think it's always room for improvement. But I think that I do it often. Like I don't think that I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like I think I always try to find a way to make it work. The only time I get to a point where I do not compromise is when I get into situations where I feel like I always do for you and you do absolutely nothing for me. If I get to that point in my mind, I know for a fact it's no compromise, because I've already like shut down mentally. Like it's like I've already made a decision in my mind that I'm not doing nothing. I'm doing absolutely nothing. Right. So if I get to that point, yes, no compromise. But I have to get to that point, meaning that I'm gonna go into the situation as open and as flexible as I can be.
Yeah. And
then when I see like you not the same way, then I'm gonna like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
That makes sense. A next level from compromise, not compromising, but totally cutting the motherfucker off. Let's talk about that, right? Because some people feel like when you're done with somebody and it's like cut off time, you need to let the person know. Like, I'm finna call this bitch phone or this man phone and cuss them out, or it's finna be clear. Whereas some people will make up their mind that I'm not fucking with you, and you'll know because you're gonna see it by how I act or whatever, and if that's just as clear as the word. Do you feel like it's necessary to voice that, or do you find yourself, when you cut people off, do you find yourself more so having a conversation about it, or calling them and letting them know, or just kind of like moving different? And
it really depends. It depends. It just depends. Like if it's something, if I choose to cut you off because you're doing something or saying something or making me feel a way that I've already addressed before, like I had a deep, just letting you know, just all the way transparent, like I don't like when you do this, I don't like when you do this, in a relationship with a guy, I just won't say nothing. You'll just one day try to hit me up, and I just will not.
I mean, more so like maybe friends. So
no,
like,
so I'm gonna address both.
Okay.
So when it's a guy, if it's a guy, I feel like before I get to a point where I just absolutely say nothing, I do say something at some point, right? I share, because I feel like I can't expect for you to fix it or work on it if I don't tell you that it bothers me, right? You will never know. Right. So that's why I'm bringing it up, not to nag or nothing like that. So once I say it and I tell you a few times, because I'm like that, I'll tell you a few times, or not even tell you, but try to discuss it, and you just keep doing it. One day, it's gonna be. I'm not gonna be that same person. I'm not saying nothing. You gonna know, like, the distance is gonna be there. I'm not telling you. I'm not giving you a notice. I'm not saying, well, I said. I'm just not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna cut you completely off. However I need to. Friendships, I will say something. I believe it depends on like what's going on. Like if you in a messed up situation, if you with a guy, and I'm always talking, you got it's just chaos. And I'm always talking to you about that. Whatever the circumstance, just everything, right? Just being there as much as I can be there. Eventually, if it gets to a point where I'm just like, it's like no hope. It's not to say like I don't care. I just have to take a step back, because sometimes when you indulge in other people's problems, it starts to feel like your own.
It'll drain you.
So I will take a step back, and I feel like my friend, I've had a few friends where that's happened to, and I feel like they know me enough to know, like, kind of when that's already happened. So they'll reach out, but if I don't respond back, they don't keep reaching out like consistently, because
to where you have to say,
because they already know what it is. And sometimes I just choose to like step back, versus, because you do have those ones that'll go back and forth with you if you want to. And my whole thing is like, if at some point I considered you a friend, I'm not about to go back and forth with you. I'm not about to try to hit below the belt. I don't care to say you right, I'm wrong. I'm gonna just stop talking to you, because I feel like you can always bounce back from that. Like sometimes silence is golden, and you can go back to that, versus saying some hurtful and crazy stuff. It's like you can never come back from that. Like it'll always be, even if we apologize, it was like you said that, and I was there in your heart. You know, if it's hurtful, like some stuff that, like, if I say certain things like you're not a real friend, I don't think that that's hurtful. I mean, it could be hurtful, but I feel like if later on we come and we talk about it, I feel like, I mean, I think so. I could be wrong, because we all handle our emotions different, feel strong about different things. But I feel like if we talked about it, I feel like that's something that you could forget about. Of course,
because maybe you were not being a good friend in that moment.
And that's my opinion. And that's my
and
experience.
I'm backing up the reason why I'm saying this or feeling this. So that was in the moment. If we repair it, then that's not detrimental.
But if you start really, like, sometimes, like, to keep talking, sometimes I feel like it's good to back away. You backing away because I feel like it's a form of de-escalation. Like, I'm de-escalating. If I keep going with you, like, you gonna keep saying stuff, and as your words get stronger, mine's gonna get stronger too. So
I think that takes a level of like control and maturity also to be able to do that. To be able to, like, I could say this, but I'm just not.
Some people think that that's soft. Like, oh, you didn't say that to her.
Yeah, some people do think, or you should have, or if it was me, I would have. But I agree with you. Like, some things don't need to be said, and I feel like actions speak way louder than words. And it's like, whether I said it or not, this is what I'm doing. I'm separating myself.
And you
whether I said it or not. So it's like, that to me is the mature way to go about it. I agree. I feel like in certain situations with me, more so than not, that's what I do. Kind of like just actively move different, or make up my mind on my own.
Sometimes people push buttons though. They might say some like triggering stuff to where it's like, let me just get this off my chest real quick.
Like, you need to get it, but you don't get it.
Because you feel like you just said something and you didn't say nothing. So I'm gonna just let you know that you didn't say nothing, and you sound real dumb
right now.
And illiterate, especially if you got run-on sentences and
she
all
hates
type
that.
and misspelled words.
Spell red.
Red, L-S-T-E-R.
All right. Is that your final answer?
My final answer.
All right.
And contradictions going all in it. It's definitely like
I have to address this.
And then after that, I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't want to keep reading and trying to make out what you're trying
before we even get to text 3 and 4 and 5. You've already been blocked.
No, that's so crazy. It's happened to me, and I didn't block him. I didn't block the person. I just looked and just kept going. Like, because at that point, like, I said what I needed to say. I feel like I said it in a good way,
a clearer way.
Yeah, and I'm done with it. Like, I don't harbor no ill will, no ill feelings. I don't wish bad upon nobody, because I know that I'm not bad to nobody. We sometimes, people we just different.
Yeah.
And at this particular moment, the differences just didn't work out. So I'm alright with that. Like, I feel like it all happened for a reason.
Definitely.
Whoever's supposed to be there is there, and that's just what it is.
Definitely. Let's get into our WTF maybe.
What?
WTF
Are we there
time?
yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You
want to go first?
Yes, my WTF is it's so sad, and I don't know what I would have did in this moment. But it was a girl, a young girl. She seemed young. African American, black, whatever you want, your preference of words, on a flight.
Okay.
A Delta flight.
I like
from
Delta.
Las Vegas.
Okay.
Red eye.
Okay.
Going to Detroit.
Okay.
In the back, sitting in the back. I don't know if she was a cousin, a sister, with somebody, but it was like it was red eye, so most of the people on the plane is quiet, sleep. She was asleep.
Is it a video?
It's a video of her talking to a news reporter that came to her house.
Oh, that.
And while she was asleep, she was woken up because she started feeling something warm. It was a man peeing on her. Girl, a white man peeing on her in her seat on a flight. She sleep. She feels something. She say she wake up and it's a man, and I don't know if he was putting his penis away or if he was still peeing. I think he was putting it away. And she screamed. She heard not like she just was like, ah. And when she screamed, it caught the attention of like the other people. No flight attendants. It's no mention of them
around her,
but like other passengers.
Okay.
And one of the passengers was an undercover cop. So he immediately got right there, and they was like some passengers got up and they came to like help her and aid her, and then like the police off-duty police officer arrested the guy, like all that type of stuff or whatever. A white guy, older guy though, old.
That's crazy.
And he was not charged as of a week ago when I seen the article, and I think as of a week ago, he had not been charged, but they were saying that it was a side effect. I don't know if sleepwalking is a side effect or him having, because I think that while he was doing it, his eyes were closed.
Okay.
It's a side effect of Ambient, because of a sleep disorder. He take that for a sleeping disorder.
Okay.
The side effect, I guess, I don't know if it's sleepwalking,
right, or
if it was just the urge to pee, to where it had to have been sleep. It had to be
sleepwalking.
So
their defense, or his defense, he probably wasn't, is what they're saying, aiming to pee on her on purpose. He wasn't
consciously doing that.
Right. He was peeing and it got on her.
He was sleepwalking, thought he went to the restroom and peed on her.
Oh my God.
But in these times, in 2020, with the racial intensity and all that's going on, elections and all that, white versus black, Republican versus Democrat, I definitely, instantly, before I even got to the paragraph where it was like a side effect and all that, I definitely thought it was a hate crime and he did it on purpose.
Because even if it was, he can just say.
What was the likelihood of him being white and old peeing on a black African American?
He can say it was because of his disorder or whatever it is, and it wasn't that at all.
Yeah, but I'm definitely, I didn't do my research. I was going to look into the medicine, which is Ambient. So maybe some of our listeners, please, if you have a moment, go ahead, do the research. I plan to do it too. And if you see something otherwise where that's not nowhere mentioned, go ahead and drop it in the comments, drop it on our IG page. Let me know.
If not, he definitely needs to be charged at a minimum.
Yeah, so then it's a video of a newscaster a news reporter going in Detroit talking to the girl, and she started crying. It kind of like broke my heart because she was saying she went back to work, like she got off the plane, she went back to work, and she couldn't stay at work. Right? And she was just like, she couldn't stop thinking about it. And while she was talking, she started breaking down crying, like she just couldn't deal with it. Like she can't believe that really, you know, really happened to her.
That is like traumatizing. To be in your sleep and feel warm shit. Like, that's nasty for one. And
and I was crazy. Just like, so I don't know if I would have screamed. If I would have been like, what the fuck? Like, you know, if I would have pushed him. Like, I don't know what I would have did.
I never experienced no shit close to that, so I don't know what I would have did either.
Me neither.
But I hope that they look into it further either way. Besides just, this is what it is, and we not going to charge him.
Go look in his house and see what he got on his wall.
Yeah. Not on his wall.
Look in his drawers, see them old little journals he used to write to his love while he was in a war. Like, see all of that.
But it's easy to figure out, though, because medical professionals will know that, you know, if that's really a side effect or whatever. And then his medical history, does he have something to where he takes Ambient like he's supposed to take it? And, you know, and to do that. All these things can be verified.
And but that's the thing. When it's a side effect, it's like you never know, right? Yeah. So it could be mild today, and the intensity of the side effect could be tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if the side effect is a possibility, then he probably won't be charged.
Of him
like, if this can happen and he does take this medication because he was prescribed it, she probably has no chance. But what if it's all a crock of shit? Like, don't just take his word for it.
Before they said that, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, I already feel like I need to protect myself. But now it's like, what?
That is gross.
What?
Girl.
Peeing on her. In her like, I just was like,
Well, my WTF, as always, is a video.
Ooh, girl, dig, girl, dig. Oh, honey, get it out.
What is it? Things you just don't think you'll see when you're pumping gas.
Oh, Dixon County, can't beat it.
Why are we still watching?
Well, I'm not sure, Mom. We could leave. We pumped our gas.
I don't. What was she digging? Girl, she ain't got no panties on.
Just nasty. All at the gas station. We gonna do with that hand?
Her
you gonna boil it?
Itchy. Her butt.
What are you gonna do with that hand when you take it out?
She gonna go open the car door,
right,
and then touch the steering wheel. I just don't want her to touch that gas
Corona.
Tank. And it was at Shell, so I'm not going to Shell.
Girl,
that Shell.
The way they, I love Shell. The way they was sounding, they probably not even out here.
She was in the country. She sounded like she was like deep, like
she said, dig, girl, dig,
like Kansas or something. Like,
exactly.
Somewhere else, she was like, ooh. The things you think you wouldn't see at a gas station,
right?
Girl, your own kind. They couldn't even believe it.
Nasty.
Her hand was so
I shortened the video, but it was like over a minute long, and she was digging the whole time.
But she wasn't digging.
What was she doing?
She didn't have on no panties.
First of all,
cause her little backside, you know, like your panties would like show. Cause she had like a real wide back and rump, so I could see her panties being like way up there.
You just call it a rump. Who are you right now?
She like white, so like milking cows and stuff. It looked like but her underwear would be like way up here. And
is that racist? I don't know if we should cut that part out.
We shouldn't. It was nothing right there. It was nothing right there. She had no underwear on. She was just.
It was ass. That's what it was.
I don't know if she was like itchy or something.
If y'all got an itch, save it till you get home.
Oh my God. Or
itch and wash your hands. Or if you get in the shower.
Or if you got a Murphy, you just got to turn around and see if somebody's seen it. Because I had a Murphy before.
Go in the car and dig it out.
There, but sometimes when you be walking, you be like, oh my God, this is just really bothering me.
Every gas station got cameras. I don't even want the men in the inside.
That wasn't a Murphy though.
That was some doo-doo shit.
She was her hand was too far down.
She didn't wipe good enough.
It was almost like this. It was equivalent to like when guys, have you noticed like guys put their hands in their pants?
Yeah.
And it just sits right there.
She was scratching her asshole, okay? She was in there.
No, her hand just looked like it was rested. Like, like she was, like she thought she had on jeans with a pocket.
Oh I didn't like it.
Oh my God. And it was like two guys right there.
Girl, they didn't see.
And then she definitely was driving. And she went and touched that steering wheel. And probably went and started cooking dinner and stuff.
Nasty.
Picked their baby up when they were baby. Ooh.
Nastiness. Anyway. anyway, that's it for today. Thank y'all for joining us.
Another showdown.
Yes.
So many more to go. We hope you guys stay with us.
To like, comment, and subscribe. We have more topics that we meant to get to from our viewers and our supporters that have either walked up to us on the streets or DM'd us with topics. We saw them, read them. We have them noted down. We're going to get to them in future episodes. We have not forgotten.
So stay tuned so you can hear them.
For sure. We got some juicy stuff to talk about.
and
what else? Turn your notifications on also so that you know when we post.
Mine's is on.
Yes, definitely. And we'll see y'all next Thursday. Bye.
Peace, love, and her words, her thoughts.
Oh. Bye.